All right, this video is going to look at evaluating a difference quotient. And this is a topic that you're going to look at a little bit more detail at the end of Pre-Calculus 2 if you end up taking that course. And then especially going on to calculus. This is a topic that's used in calculus, kind of the starting of Calc 1. So we're going to do a little bit of talking about this in this section now, but I'm not going to go into too much detail. So really all we're doing is evaluating a function. And over here at the right, we have our difference quotient. And all we have to do is plug into this here. We have f of x plus h. So that means we want to evaluate the function at f at x plus h. So we're going to plug x plus h into our function. So if you notice, we're given the function f of x equals 4x squared minus 2x. So that's the given function. And what we want to find is this part over here. So this is what we're trying to find. We're trying to find f of x plus h. So again, you're going to plug x plus h in for x. And then we're going to subtract away f of x, which is the original function, 4x squared minus 2x. And all of that is divided by h. And over here they tell us h cannot be equal to 0 simply because h is in the denominator. So if we start out, we want to find f of x plus h. So that means, again, this tells us to go to function f. So here's function f. And then everywhere there's an x, we're going to substitute in x plus h. So we would end up with 4 times x squared. So in that case, it's going to be x plus h squared minus 2 times x. So that's 2 times x plus h. Okay. So there's the first part. That is your f of x plus h. And then it's minus f of x. Now notice here I'm going to put a parentheses here or a bracket. It's minus f of x. Well, f of x is 4x squared minus 2x. And the reason we want to put a bracket or parentheses because this negative sign, we're subtracting away the whole function f of x. So this negative sign is going to eventually be distributed here. And then, of course, this is still all divided by h. So there's the initial process. So at this point, all we're going to do now is simplify the expression. So first of all, we have 4 times x plus h squared. So again, this is x plus h times x plus h, or the shortcut says square the first term, which is x squared. Multiply x and h together. So that's xh, and then if we double that, you're going to end up with 2hx, so you get plus 2hx, okay? And then we square the last term, so that's going to be plus h squared. And then we can distribute the negative 2, so we get a negative 2x minus 2h. And then we're going to distribute the negative over here with the parentheses. So that's going to be a negative 4x squared plus 2x. And this is all over h. And if we continue to simplify the numerator, we can distribute the 4. And we would have 4x squared plus 8hx plus 4h squared. And notice now, this is the part I want you to pay close attention. Notice here that we then have, I'll just go ahead and bring it down for this step, negative 2x minus 2h minus 4x squared plus 2x, all divided by h. And this is what I want you to really notice. If we simplify now, we have 4x squared and a minus 4x squared. And let me go back and rewrite this so I can have it in the right color for you. We have minus 2x minus 2h minus 4x squared plus 2x. So what happens again with the 4x squared? Well, that's going to cancel out. And then we have a 2x and a negative 2x, which will cancel out. So if you notice, everything in green, and what was the green part? The green part is our f of x. So everything there in green, the f of x should cancel out. If it doesn't, then it's a good chance then you've made a mistake somewhere with your calculations, because now we're simply left with 8hx plus 4h squared minus 2h. And the reason you want everything over here in green to cancel out, because now once we simplify, the only thing that's left in the numerator are terms that contain h. And that's because now we want to be able to factor out an h. So we're left with 8x plus 4h minus 2. Because if we factor out that h, that will cancel the h off in the denominator. So then we're left with simply 8x plus 4h minus 2. And that's our answer. All right, we have one more example here looking at using this difference quotient. And this one's a little bit different. We have a function, f of x equals x squared minus x plus 1. But now over here we have, instead of f of x plus h minus f of x, we have f of 2 plus h minus f of 2. So that means here we want to plug the 2 plus h in for everywhere there's an x. So we would have x squared, so that's going to be 2 plus h squared, minus x, so that means minus 2 plus h, and we bring down the plus 1. So all of that is our f of 2 plus h minus f of 2. So we're going to plug 2 in for x, so we would have 2 squared minus 2 plus 1. And this is still all divided by h. So then we go back and we can simplify the numerator. So the first step is we're going to square 2 plus h. So 2 squared is 4. 2 times h is 2h. If we double that, we're going to get 4h. And squaring the last term, we get h squared. Distribute the negative, so that's a negative 2 minus h plus 1. Minus, and if we square this here, we get 2 squared is 4 minus 2 plus 1 all over h. And you can simplify this a little bit quicker. I'm just going through step by step. And then we have, we can take what, and I'm going to leave this again to make a point. We have 4 plus 4h plus h squared minus 2 minus h plus 1. And if we distribute the negative here, now again, we could certainly combine this together, but I just want to kind of show you what's happening. If I distribute the negative, we would get a negative 4, a positive 2, and a negative 1. Okay, and again, you could have said 4 minus 2 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, and end up with a negative 3. But I want you to notice something here, just like the previous example. Notice everything in green should cancel out. Negative 4, positive 4, positive 2, negative 2, negative 1, positive 1. So once again, everything in green, this f of 2 part that we're subtracting away, should completely cancel out. If not, somewhere you've made a mistake. So then we can bring down 4h plus h squared minus h, all divided by h. Okay? And here we could have actually combined 4h minus h would be 3h plus h squared. And now once again, we can take an h out of the numerator and we could factor that out, and we would have 3 plus h. And the reason we want to do that is so that the h will cancel out the h on the bottom. So your final answer is 3 plus h. And that's all that I want to talk about this for now. I just want to make sure we can evaluate these difference quotients. And again, if you take pre-calc 2, we'll go a little bit more detail at the very end of that course. And then, of course, those of you that go on to take calculus, you will see this quite a bit